Everybody left. Why does everybody leave? Hello and welcome in, folks. I hope everything's going well in your first Descendant games. We're going to be doing a dead bride fight, which probably is nothing special for most of you, but for me, this was my first time attempting it, and I attempted it in a group first, and that didn't work out so well. And part of that is because I thought it was me. I thought I was underperforming. And it turns out when I went into a private match to try it myself without other people, I did better. A lot better. In fact, I beat it the second time because apparently I wasn't underpowered. It was everybody else. And I'll go over that in the fight. But anyhow, I thought it'd be really good to show y'all what it is that I've got going for me. This is the build that I use. So I don't think there's anything special about the reactor. I don't think the reactor matters much at all in my build. I get skill power out of it, but the only skills I really use in a boss fight is my shield and my bubble. And I don't really understand how skill power helps those two things, to be honest with you. Those are mostly based on my defense traits and my hit point traits, because all I care about is that they have the most hit points and they don't go down very fast. That's what I'm looking for. With that, let's see, we got modules here. These are the modules I'm running on Ajax. You'll see that for the most part I'm going for defense. I happen to have one that had chill resistance on, so I threw that on there for some extra chill resistance. But mostly it's defense and hit points. And then here, no, was it here? Yeah, here. I think I was using a module that had, it was a defense module with a defense trait on it. So 2 times like double trait or double defense. And I opted to take that off to go for one that had hit points and defense. Honestly, I could have gone with hit points, and hit points would have been nice because I'm sitting at about 66,000 defense right now. And from all my reading and trying to understand the best way to be, after 50,000 defense, you probably don't care so much anymore. In fact, it's harder you get less benefit every 10,000 defense than you would if you just put it into health. So that's why I traded it out, gave myself more health. And even though it says like 484 health here, it's actually like a boost of, well, we can see. Can we see? We can see. Yeah, so like 9,100. We stick this guy on 1,000 or 11,000. So, you know, it's about 2,000 hit points. That's pretty decent. So that's what I'm going there. These are the guns that I'm using. The Tamer, pretty typical for folks who are doing boss fights, Colossi fights. And then this I haven't really buffed this out. This is literally just to shoot at weak points when she's invulnerable. Otherwise, I'm using the Tamer most of the time. And then this guy I thought would be useful, and it turns out they aren't. If we go over to unique abilities, we see that, you know, if you stick the thing with a bunch of bombs and you ignite it, they should get a debuff on them that makes it so that more fire damage does more damage, which is great. That's what I wanted. I wanted that was a trait that I wanted. I found out when I was fighting her that this was not very helpful, because by the time I put a bunch of bombs on her or I blew them up or whatever, she'd have the burn trait on her. And by the time I switched over to something to do burn damage, my Tamer, the trait would be gone. So I don't really understand the point of this. I think this is more useful if you're in a group and you have other people with burn traits on. Then I would see a point in doing this so that everybody else does extra damage, even though you're not the one doing it. It's a support kind of thing. But when you're playing solo, doesn't matter. So yeah, I mean, we can have a little quick look at these. The Tamer is the only gun I have that I've actually kind of focused on buffing out. We got the typical ones here for firearm attack and recoil and fire rate, which are all important on the Tamer. And then I put these in so you get more critical hits and more critical hit damage. And then this is just, I had 6 points. Actually, I have 8. And this just basically gives me more weak point damage, which is great. And then of course we've got the fire enhancement that just turns a portion, or it adds, is my understanding. Actually, I didn't know this. It adds that percentage of attack power or attack damage as fire damage. So like, this is huge. This is honestly, this is a real big deal. So I went ahead, I threw that on there, and this is what I run with on the tamer. And then this guy really doesn't matter. Again, I just use this for shooting at weak points. I've got the fire rate up and the rifling up. Put the fire trait on. That's all that matters. I don't even use this gun, so I don't even know why I'm looking at it. Ajax, though, is most important. I actually made a little change up here that I think makes more sense than what I used to have here. So I've for the most part, I've focused on health and defense. So in this one, I actually wonder if there's a better option, but this is what I use for the time being. And that's what I used to have here. I had a bunch of things adding skill power. When I thought about it more, I was like, I don't think skill power is actually doing anything for me, because none of these, the wall and the bubble, both don't use skill power, is my understanding. If I'm wrong, someone tell me. But as far as I can tell, the only thing I care about is hit points and defense. That's all I care about in any of these. So I've actually switched those out for skill expansion, which will make them bigger. I don't know if I care about them being bigger. I didn't before. I was doing just fine with a small wall. I didn't need a big wall. But I figure, why not? I wasn't sure what else to put there. Maybe if I think about it more, I'll add something else. And then this is here because I don't care about shields. My shields, when they go down, it just means I get more defense, and that's perfectly fine and fantastic. So, and then of course, the basic defense module and my basic cold antibody module to help me get my resist up. I don't know how useful this is. With Dead Bride, I was taking more damage than I was taking with the Executioner. So I think it was actually good that I brought some resistance to cold attacks. But like I can't stand there. I can stand there and tank her shots for a lot, but there are certain attacks that she makes that I can't tank. So it's when I see them happen, if my wall's not up, I have to move. But yeah, but this is my build so far. And I'm loving it. It actually did me really well. I wasn't having any issues. Yeah, I'm going to go try this and see if this works better or not, having skill expansion. If not, what I had there was... Oh. No, I don't care about duration either, do I? Maybe I do. Oh, I had Technician. Technician was what I had. Yeah, I had Technician. Technician was what I had. Let's see. Oh, it does have a duration of 15 seconds. Huh. So that might be, I don't know, maybe I'll switch out skill expansion for skill extension. We'll see. But this is what I run, and this is working so far, and it was doing all right. All right, let's go. We got this. So I usually like to play bosses with people, randos. I don't mind playing them with randos, but I found hard bosses to be difficult. The first hard boss, Executioner, I was definitely the problem. I wasn't doing enough DPS, and I fixed that, and suddenly I was winning Executioner fights, and that was great. Dead Bride, I thought it was the same problem, because we were not winning. We were also not getting past her shields, and people were just bailing on the fight like really quick. Like not even a quarter of her shields would be gone, and people were like, I'm done, and they would quit the fight. Now, there were people who were playing who were dying a lot, so maybe that was the reason. Understandable. It's annoying when you're trying to play and like people aren't good at staying out of the fire or whatever. But that definitely wasn't me. But we just weren't doing enough damage either, so it was very, very problematic. So anyways, I looked at my build. I was like, no, I think my build's fine. And And so I decided to try private, and it turns out in private I can kick her butt. So if you're having a hard time with her, whoops, damn it, I hate it when that happens. Give private a shot and see if it's really you. And if you still can't get through on a private match, then yeah, it might be you, and you might need to rethink your build. But I've been consistently getting this done now every single time. Did she just go invuln? Yep, she did. All right. Ooh, why did I forget that was gonna happen? So anyways, this is her invulnerability stage. She casts this little bubble. You can shoot her little things off on her gun. I don't really know if it's worth doing that. I do know that this is just a time phase. She'll by the time she does her second frost bubble, will be done, like shortly after. So if you're frustrated with her invulnerability phase, don't worry about it. Just keep going. She'll stop, like, once this bubble dissipates, she'll switch back to you can punch me now, and we'll just work on her other half of her shield, and hopefully we can find. Probably shouldn't dive into the frozen. There we go. Don't dive into the frozen stuff when she does that. That's just me being a dingaling. Alright, give me some white ammo. One big problem with boss fights is not enough ammunition. Oh, I don't know what knocked her out there, but I will happily take that. We'll work her shoulder pad down. I wonder if it's the type of attack and that I am reflecting her damage back at her. All right, we're gonna go and try and grab that other shoulder pad. Moving in. Oh, good. She got on land. Great. I love it when she gets on land. And we'll shoot her sensor. I think that's like the best place. Maybe there's a better place to shoot her, but oh, we took it out. I wonder what that does. I'm hurt. I am so hurt. I need to get out of here. I need to find healing. Start running, dude. There we go. Okay. All right. It's time to... Let's see if we can get her shield off before she goes invuln. I don't know. Looks like she's pretty angry. Oh, there we go. She's gonna go invuln now. There we go. So we'll now focus on just running around. We won't focus too much on... we might turn around and shoot her. I'm also a very bad Ajax player, so I'm sure someone out there is saying, dude, you had 3 void bars. You should totally fucking use that for that thing, the bubble shield, so you get damage bonuses. I know. And if like I said, I'm not the best gamer. I'm good enough that I know not to stand in the damn fire. Okay, give me credit for that. Like, I get out of the bubble. Usually I'm good about getting out of the bubble before the bubble does a ton of damage. So give me credit for that at least. Is she gonna go back to normal mode yet? There we go. You'll notice as an Ajax player, I like to use, what is it, the void shield wall or whatever? Because it reflects the damage back to her, and I'm pretty sure I get her in stun states with that. Okay, but you can see her shield's off now. And this is where I think people just, they quit too soon. I'm gonna do the other bubble. Oh no, I'm not. I don't have the mana. Darn. But like if you watch, her health is melting right now. She is so easy once you've got her shield off of her. I think I might get her before she goes into her immunity state. Come on, baby. Oh, what? This is not the gun I wanted. Oh! Oh, seriously. I needed to aim up just a little harder. Just a little harder. Just a little more. Oh, what a letdown. Look at that sliver. Look at that sliver of health that she has left on her. You know what? Bam. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to run around and wear her down. No, not true. Okay, all right. But that's it. That's Dead Bride for you. Again, not that hard, not that bad. Requires a little work. Less work in hard mode than it required for me, at least, in normal. So, and maybe that's because I've got Ajax built better now. I don't know. I don't know. But anyhow, hope that helps anyone out there who's like looking at this and intimidated and can't figure it out. Yeah, not that bad. Take care. Bye.